All right, welcome back to another episode of AchromatiCraft. Last time, we built this. And if you didn't see that episode, can you guess what it is? It's more than just buildings. It's our farm. We have carrots, we have potatoes in there. They're automatically getting collected by the villagers, so we don't have to do anything. We just need to keep working in this area. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. The first part is going to, well, let me get into regular mode here. The first thing you need to see is this craziness that I've been doing with dirt. Now, I don't know if this makes sense to y'all, but I don't want the valley to be quite as deep. And maybe let's fly down here. And maybe this will make a little more sense. Is right now in certain spots, this valley gets pretty low compared to like where our portal is, compared to what we built last time. I want it to be a little more flattened out. And so what I've started doing is building all these dirt bridges of what we're going to do. If you didn't see last episode, that's what we did to support under our new landscape here. Let's go. And so I was actually able to build or to pull out all the sand too. So this is what we're going to do. It's cheating a little, but we actually have a secret for the future of what we're going to use this for. I had someone give me a really great idea. Not going to spoil who or what the idea is just yet, but that's to come. But that's what I'm starting to work on now, is getting this dirt layer put together so it's all in there. Man, I keep falling off of it. So that we can support the new landscape that's going to go on top. The other benefit is we can go down here later and just start mining out sand. And we'll have plenty of sand for all the other districts because, as you can see, this stuff is deep out here. So it's going to be perfect for what we're going to need to do in the future with all of the different concrete powders that we use. We're going to need plenty of sand. So by putting this dirt on top, it'll help us so we can excavate this without messing up anything that's above it. So let's just jump in. I'm going to get some of this dirt done, and then I'll be right back with you. Actually, before I jump into getting this dirt done, the other thing I want to do, and let's see if I can make this all the way over here, is these little hills have been kind of a pain since we started. It's kind of thrown off what I wanted to do. As you can see, they're just tall. They're kind of in the way. There's so much amazing views that we could have over here if we just took these down. So what I'm going to do is not only get this dirt put in for some of it. Let me see if I can land here. Nope, missed it. But I'm going to take those down too. I'll probably do that in a time lapse so you can see how much work it is to take these guys down. We're going to take those down, get the dirt in, and then we're going to start building something for the villagers today. So let me get some of this built out and transition it into this. And this is something that's maybe gonna be the death of me. Putting all this dirt down takes so much work. Like all we did, and you can see I didn't even finish over here. We barely just did this. I've got some of the sand uncovered. I'm gonna kind of put dirt over that eventually. But I was trying to fit more of kind of the contours so that we can kind of see what this area starts looking like. And I think this is going to be a lot better. We'll still have some good hills, which is nice, but we'll also have some flatter areas so that we can actually put a city in here. It's going to be a little hard with how hilly it was, but we got that portion in. And if you didn't notice this in the last clip, this is a really ugly representation of where our pit is going to be. So as you know, in every district, there has to be a place that the infestation came out and made it gray. This is going to be it, right kind of in the middle. I didn't know if I wanted it to be this much in the middle, but I think this will be fine. So we'll eventually dig this down, pull the infestation out, show that it started making this city grayscale. But let's get a quick view from up above, and you can kind of see what this is really starting to do. So the landscaping doesn't look crazy different if you didn't know what we just did. I think it looks pretty good. It's got kind of that go down to the middle portion. And I'm going to do some more dirt on this side so that we can put our landscaping over here as well. but that's going to be in a minute. I think what I'm ready for is to start taking these down. So let's go do that, and I'm going to do it in a time lapse so you can see all the blocks that we have to take out of that. Let's hit that super fast deconstruction mode. From that time lapse, you probably got a pretty good idea of how long this is going to take. I think this one's just as much of a work in progress as this one. Now, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to stop here for a minute and probably go work on that other one here. But I'm not quite sure at what level I want to stop at. I think this is pretty good because we're getting to the same height as kind of that. And I've got an idea for our trading hall, which we're going to build here in just a minute. Kind of up here on this hill. So I think that's going to be a pretty good level there. I might go down one or two more because we got to add like the terrain on top. But I'm not going to make you watch this other one. It's going to take just as long. And so I'm going to go do that real quick. Probably repair these tools. This pickaxe is getting pretty bad, and I'm guessing at the end. So let me take this down. Let me fix up my tools. I might even get some dirt back in here. But let's see what I can do. Let me go do that, and I'll be right back. Ground flattened, tools fixed. Oh man, that was so much work. That was a lot more. You can see we got some chests down here, getting it all filled out. But this is looking a little boring. Like I don't know if it's just because I'm so used to those mountains being there, but I think this looks a little boring. Now we're definitely not getting rid of this one. That's going to be kind of our focal point. I think we're going to eventually put some kind of big palace type thing here. Little future thoughts there. But maybe it's okay because I want to put something bigger here, which is a trading hall. So before I do that, I think I need to kind of make sure that I get this all placed dirt on, which I'm getting sick of placing dirt, but we got to do it. We got to make this place look good. I'm going to put the dirt there so we can build on top of it and then do our landscape. So let me get back to it. Here we go. It's time for more dirt placing. And 2 real life days later, we finally got it. Man, that was so much to clear out, so much dirt to put in, and it still doesn't look good. Like, this doesn't look good if you just think about it from the standpoint of it's dirt. But it's going to be good. Trust me. Stay with me. This is going to look awesome. Next, I'm going to start laying out our town hall. And that reminds me, if we're going to put villagers in, I need to go over here. Let me fly over here real quick. And I realized we're not going to have enough villagers in here. So what I need to go and do is grab some beds. We're going to get the population going in here, and then we'll get them moved over to the trading hall. And then we will continue to make more babies over in the trading hall. With a lot of beds and a lot of carrots, we're starting to get that population up. You can see that we've got a pretty good, I'm not going to go in here for a minute. You can see we've got at least some babies, maybe 3 or 4, but that's getting us some of our population up. Now, as long as we have 2 villagers in each of the pods I'm planning on creating, then we can build up the population from there. But I think that's a pretty good start. Now onto the courts. All right, now that I have that court, we are going to lay this out. I'm going to try and establish where the back of this is first. And then we're going to lay out what at least I think the shape's going to be. It's going to be fairly square with the main door over there. But I didn't want to start building from the front and have it fall off the back. So we're going to start there. This is going to be pretty easy. We're just going to go every 3. That's not 3, that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to be that simple. I'm going to lay that out real quick and then we'll show you what the foundation at least looks like. Now that I get that in, man, this thing might be too big. I don't know. Let's check it out from the sky. So I almost always will set up a foundation first so that I can start seeing how big is it going to look in the space. Because what I don't want is for something to be too overbearing. But I think this isn't too bad. Let's jump up in the sky a little higher here. It's not bad. I'm trying to decide if I like where this front lines up. Because I almost think, and let's see if I can land. Well, that was close. I was trying to think, like, where do I want this pathway to go? So it might be okay because we could bend it around the front. But I almost want something a little more grand in the front. So now that I look at it, we might push it back here, pull it forward, or pull it closer to us this way, and then push it back. I think that'll help the pathway a little bit more. But I better go sleep because I haven't put torches down yet. So yeah, I'm going to pull this over and back, and then I'm just going to start building, and then I'll get you here in a minute. And again, a few hours, well, actually I shouldn't say a few hours, a few days later, we have our new trading hall. This thing took a lot longer because I had to do so much of like figuring out the landscape around it. And then let me show you the inside. So the idea here is kind of that it's a central market, but inside, let's fly down there. And I've got this rail all set up. We're going to get our villagers over here pretty soon. But the idea here is it's a market in the desert. I didn't want an enclosed building. Seemed like that was too much, especially with what we're going for in this area. And so what I've done is made different little stalls here. So one of these, and they're bigger than they look, will be one villager. Then the next will be another, and another. So each of them will have their individual things. And we might even put up here like what they sell. I don't know, but the idea with these is there's honey, if you can hear it, under here. So the villagers won't be able to get out, but I'll be able to get in because I can just jump over. See how good my skills are? Maybe I won't be able to jump over. There we go. So I can get in and out, but the villagers can't because they can't get that running start. But this is our new trading hall. I decided to make this more of a market. And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm interested to see what it looks like once we get it in, how we decorate it. But it's time. We need to go get those villagers. So let's pop over and see if we can get a few villagers moved in. All right, I haven't actually tested this. So we're going to hope it works out right. All right, there goes one guy. We'll chase him and see if he gets there. Let's see. So far, so good. Don't want to get in the way. Oh yeah. We got it. So I've made it so that they'll just keep popping in. They'll probably hit into each other. I'm going to get them in. And I should probably figure out how I'm going to lure them in. Maybe I'll do that with one person first. Let's go grab a workstation here. All right, and we got those all crafted up. We got all the different kinds. I don't know if we'll use them all, but we'll use most of them. But I did 6 because that's kind of what I did in my other town hall. So I think the first one we're going to start with is let's at least get like this composter in here. Oh man, how do I want to set these up? Maybe their beds in back, workstations in front. Let's give that a try and see if that's going to work. So we'll break him out of his cart. If he goes in. Oh boys, are they not going to be able to make that jump? Oh, I was hoping they'd make that jump. Alright, we might have to think of a better way for them getting, because they should be able to get in because it's too high. Maybe this carpet's throwing them off. So I might need to just give them a way in. Oh, but it's time. Gotta grind it out. Gotta get all these villagers over here and see if we can get them all into their spot. So here we go. All right, and we got the first set of villagers in here. It's all the farmers. These are the guys that we're going to be using the most with that farm. Except the others take us a while to build out. That's okay. We still have plenty of them over there. We'll keep doing this. I kind of wanted to show you the setup here. So the idea is that all the farmers are in here. They have their composters. They have their beds hidden behind. I might have to replace these torches, but I want to keep these guys safe. But they're all in here. So now you can just come in. I accidentally hit that guy, so it looks like he's mad at me. But I can get emeralds from them. So I've got them all locked in. They're ready to go. That's one set of villagers. Now we got all the others. Oh man, this is gonna take a while. But I'm not gonna make you watch that. I'm gonna just do them. Well, might not even get them all done in this episode. We'll at least get some of them going. But let's keep the grind going. Next, we have the masons in. Who's gonna be next? All right, I really gotta take less ambitious projects in the future. But we're at it. We're at our last guy. We've got all the beds. We've got all the villagers in there. So we're going to push this guy. And he's our last one. Now, while I've been waiting for these guys to breed up, I got a little surprise for you. I worked on the landscape. Those guys were going to be taking a while. So we got a lot of it in. This, again, isn't very hard. Same kind of blocks. Just putting the pathway through here. We got the sand with the texture of the wool as well. And some of the dead coral. So we're getting 2 buildings. What do you think? Maybe I should come up here real quick and we'll see how it's looking from up here. Then we'll clean up all the tracks. And then I'll show you a little bit of what's inside. But there you go. There is the start of the landscape around our new trading hall. And you might notice I put 2 banners here. I haven't built the banners here for this district just yet. I'm gonna have to find little different places to put it throughout. But there is one place I'm thinking about it. And I know y'all want to see it. Let's go in and see what the villagers look like. Oh, no elytra. Okay, so we still got this guy. And look at all the rest. We got them all in. Got them all grown up. Got their trades. Except for these guys. We still got the lecterns to get in there. And that's because we're specifically looking for specific books. So didn't want to rush these guys. We'll get them in. We'll get the right books that we want. But the rest of them, for the most part, are just going to be whenever we have things to trade with them. And so we got them all in. Oh, that was a lot of work. So much work to get them moved in. The nice thing for most of them is as soon as you break their cart, and if it's nighttime, they'll track to the beds. So wasn't too hard, but we did it. We got it in. I need to now clean up a little bit more here. Oh, and I still got so much more to do. But we're not going to do that in this episode. We're done for today. This is all going to be as we continue to build out the city. We'll do the landscaping around the different buildings. So you're going to see some ugly brown for a while. And that's okay, because if you start looking at the view and kind of the styles we're going for, I think we're getting where we're going to go. So might look at some cactus, might look at a few different palm trees. We might do a little bit more vegetation to give it a little bit more life, but can't go overboard. This is a desert. So guys, that is it for today. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think about this style mixed with the building style we did last time. Is there anything else that we should do? Appreciate you guys watching and love all the suggestions. And until then, we'll talk to you soon.